This Dahlia, we're going to have a look at her skills, we're going to level her up, we're going to promote her, we are not going to skill her up. We'll have a playtest without any skills done on her. Then after that we'll look at putting some skills onto her and having a play around with her again with her exclusive artifact. Okay, let's jump into the video. Hello and welcome, I'm Mystical, this is Mystical Gaming and we're back into Watch Your Realms. This is Dahlia. I summoned her yesterday. I got her on my 200th summon and I would have shown it and uploaded it, but I didn't press record, so that put me in a foul mood for the day. So my video yesterday wasn't particularly good because I was just in a foul mood. I probably shouldn't have done anything, but what I ended up getting is I got her on my 200th, I got Mother of Crows dupe, so her A1's done. I got Leia, she's now got her A1 done, and I got Arrogance as well, he's got his A1 done. I mean, I pulled a legendary every, on average 50 summons, so well above the odds. Absolutely brilliant for me. And there's Arrogance. So I had a really good time, but if I pressed record it would have been a little bit better. So here's Dahlia. So my plans for her today are I'm going to level her up, going to fully promote her, and then not do any of the skills. I think if I leave the skills out, then other people will be able to see what they can do with the skills and how the skills work, that sort of thing. Because I don't know if you're putting dust or you're going to put all your skill crystals into her. So we'll leave them bare and we'll test her like that and have a play around with her, and then I'll put them in and we'll go from there. And that'd be what I do, and then you can look to see if you want to put any skill crystals into her or where you hope they're going to land. Right, let's go and have a look at her skills and see what she's got. So get her up to promotion 5 and she has a talent, generates 1 cursed blossom on a random tile in range every X seconds. X is equal to 1.5 attack intervals. This cannot target airborne units, so that's nice and easy. So if we then go and have a look at her attack intervals, we can see they're actually quite high. So when she attacks, her attack interval is every 3.5 seconds. So you might want to consider putting some speed on her to bring that down, and then we're getting more of those cursed blossoms generating as we go, because she's got a hell of a long attack range and it's going to take a lot to actually get that up and running, so we know how many we've got. Right, so Cursed Blossom deals 100% damage one time and inflicts 50% slow for 5 seconds to ground enemies who enter the affected tiles. Inflicts 1 stack of poison for 10 seconds for up to 3 enemies, and each affected tile every 3 seconds. Wow, that's a lot of stuff she's doing. So she's inflicting her slow and she's inflicting poison. So a basic attack deals 100% AoE damage up to 10 enemies. So she's got the first of the 2 passives. The first one is Demonic Surge. Every Cursed Blossom ignited increases crit damage by 18% for 10 seconds and stacks up to 3 times. Now we can skill that up and get that up to 30%, so 3 times you get that up to 90 from 54%. So there's a significant increase there on the amount of crit damage you're going to get, but whether you can build that in quicker than or easier than skilling her up. Now the next passive she's got is Thorn's Embrace. If there's at least 2 instances of Cursed Blossom adjacent to an ally, the ally gains block increase and damage increase. So the passive there is the block increase, or sorry, the buff that she places on, is a block increase, and that enables you to block an extra 1 person, so that's going to be had against attacks. And the damage increase is a straight up 12% damage increase. It's not attack increase, it's damage increase, so I presume they are separate buffs. Now let's go and have a look at this in action. Now the only other thing we may want to put on her, apart from whatever gear we've got, is an artifact. Now the artifact that we're going to put on her isn't any of the ones that I've already got, it's going to be the one from the shop. Now you don't have to worry about the one from the shop because it's 4,000 of the, I think the bitter, isn't it? Yeah, Broken Souls, which is the smaller currency of the 2. So you do not need to get the 4 million mark to actually 40 million mark to actually get it. You can just get 4 million or 4,000k, just a very odd way to put it. So 4 million, and then you can max out your points there on what you're going to get for the Broken Souls, and you'll be able to actually get her exclusive artifact as well. So don't worry about having to get the 40 million, the top banner and all of this sort of stuff. You don't need it. You need it if you want to collect the bubble, and I think it's some diamonds and things like that, and the border, but essentially you don't need to be doing the 40 million. You need to do 4 million and top out at collecting enough broken souls so you can get her artifact. That's what you're actually after. So if you go and have a look at her artifact, then what's her artifact actually do? It increases attack by 10%. Upon triggering the talent, there is a 40% chance to generate a Mutilated Blossom 1 or 2 instead. Mutilated Blossom 1 as an additional effect, it deals 50% damage per second to enemies on the affected tile. Mutilated Blossom 2 as an additional effect, it reduces the effect duration down to 5 seconds. So the effect duration is at 10 seconds, it reduces it down to 5, and then it will explode, dealing 300% AoE damage. So that's very nice, and again, you don't need to hit the max score to get it. You can get much lower damage and still get that. Now let's go and level her up and max her out. So level her up and then star her up, and then am I the only person who's got far too many of these now? I'm going to just remove some of those because I know full well at the bottom of my heap I'm going to have a load of people that I've starred up just because of Corridor of Glory events. Seem to be so many training events. I train up a lot of food just for the points in the event and don't actually get round to using them. Now these 5-star psychic powers are almost useless currency to me. I wish I could trade them in for something else and get something useful for them, because they are not really useful within the game right now. So, or at least not for me. They may be for you. So let's promote her up, and then we won't do her skills, and then we'll push her on to fully 60 as well. So that's her now leveled up. That's her pretty much done. I can't review her. I haven't done anything with her. That would be a waste of everyone's time. Why do you ask me then? Another crazy little thing that happens in the game. Need to put some gear on her and get that done, and we'll put an artifact on her for a laugh anyway before we go and get her real one. Now everyone says she's good in Gear Raid 1, that would make sense. I would imagine she's good in the challenge stage, that she sort of dominates, so we'll have a look at her there and we'll have a little play with her. Let's go and have a look. So gear wise, I've gone for some of the best gear I've got on my account, at least good gear for my account. I mean, there's plenty better out there. I've gone Infernal Roar on the right hand side, and that's all attack percentage, and that is mostly I've gone for attack percentage, crit rate and some attack speed. So we've got our attack speed up. Our attack interval now is down to 2 seconds. That means every 3 seconds, because it's 1.5 times, she'll be laying down a cursed blossom. And then on the left hand side I've gone Warlord, because that ups her attack, which is nice for her, and it gives her attack speed, which I feel will be nice for her as well. So we'll put that on her, and now let's go and take her out and see what she does. So there's my personal best from yesterday. It's about 15,000 damage. I'm not overly worried about maxing it out. I'm just going to slot someone out from this team and then put her in and run them as I ran them yesterday, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if it's any good or how it pans out. And I wish I had put Ajax on the top right instead of letting Arrogance go up there. So Ajax has now got the Lord bonus from the archers. Still, never mind. As you look back on these things, it's easy to notice your mistakes, isn't it? So just put her up there. She got all the way across. Look at that range. It is stupidly large range. So there she goes. She's putting those down. There's Greed going down on the other side. We've got Hollow down, and we're just going to run this much the same as we did yesterday, and we'll just see what the new score is. So essentially, the only problem with this is that it's quite RNG based. You never know what relics you're going to get as they turn round, so you never know quite how it's going to turn out for you. So each fight, I presume, is a little bit different. So it's a bit mix and match, sort of that way. But I'm sure there won't be that. Well, we'll see if there's that much of a difference afterwards, won't we? Well, that's it. We've already surpassed my previous score from, I say yesterday, but it's still the same cycle going around. For me, it's yesterday, but for the game, it's still today. I'm sure that makes sense to other people living in different time zones. So, easily past that. Another 5 mil past it. What do we get? Hit the 20 as well. I can't see us going all the way through to the 40. I don't have the gear for it at all by any stretch of the imagination, but it's good to see how much she's adding to the team. So probably at the rate right now, we've added, what, 5, 6, 7 mil and still climbing. Absolutely brilliant. So she is, I mean, remember, she's not skilled up in any shape, way or form. Someone's just died, so Arrogance has gone down. So I assume we're coming to a sticky end relatively soon as everyone starts dying. But yeah, good to see. Good to see. What did we end up with? 25 million. There we go. I get the extra couple of points. We're still short of the 40, but I'm not overly concerned. You don't need it. You don't really need it, okay? So it's only the top end players will get it, and they'll be able to get extra diamonds and a few ancient summons, but that's it. They'll have slightly better odds next time it's summoning because they'll have slightly more crystals to actually summon with. But for the artifact, which is the important bit you want, you don't need it at all. Stick to just trying to push for that 4 million mark, and then you'll be good. So apparently she's also very good in Gear Raid 1, so I thought I'd give her a try. I've just knocked up a sort of team here to give it a whirl. I think it'll roughly work. The concept's pretty much right, I think. I've never done Stage 20 on Gear Raid 1 on this account. I've done it on my Forerunner account. I haven't done it on the Global, so I thought I'd come in here and give her a try, see what she's like and see how far we can get. I'm hoping to get maybe the first, maybe 36 done. Is that where the normal ads end and the shielded mobs then come down? I know I've got to get Lasser up. I know I've got to get his rage regen going. The problem with the cultists is they are quite expensive to get down. I am going to need a lot of healing, so I'm assuming I'm going to have to get my healers down first. So we'll just give this a quick run through and see what happens. Now, I think I'll be able to lower her speed quite significantly as well, because and it's a nice amount of AoE, but realistically those blossoms, there's only 3 that I have to get there, so I might not need as much speed as I've got. I think I could take some speed out and then maybe boost up some crit damage or something like that. I think I have got her running quite fast. She's not anything that is actually a speed set or a speed main stat, but I have made sure it's all available in the substats over other things like crit damage. Now whether that's the way to go or not, I don't really know. As long as I can keep Lasser coming up and he's doing the anti-heals, then I think we'll be okay. Now let's speed this up for you and see how far we go. So mostly done here on Gear Raid 1. We've done the first 36 mobs, so that's the first sort of cycle through, I think, of sort of what I'd call as normal mobs. And then we've got these shielded ones that come down en masse, where it all gets a bit harder for us, need a bit more DPS. So I can't see us going through this, but I'm really happy how well she's done at getting us here. Now, bear in mind, we've still got to get the exclusive artifact. We can put that on her, and I'm sure that will help. And also, we can skill her up. There is no dust in her and there's no skill crystals in her, so this is all completely naked as far as skills are concerned. Now I do apologise, I should have got some legendary and maybe some epic gear. Should have brought that from the shop to start with to see how she goes on, for example, stages 13 and stages 15, or sorry, stages 18 would have been nice as well, but sorry, my bad, I didn't do that. I should have done it. I'll think about that more closely in the future, next time we do something like this. So for the next limited hero event coming out, I'll make sure I'm a bit more on the ball with it then. So actually try it out for people who aren't this far in the game. So this is stage 20 though, and we've done what, 43, 44ish at the moment. I think we're doing well, sort of holding our own. The wall is pretty much gone now, so I can't see us getting any more. But once the mobs start to die, then it should sort of cascade on really, because you're doing so much AoE damage, they're all taking damage, so they should all be down to that sort of level really. Now, I think we're almost done, are we? Yeah, they're slowly coming through now, aren't they? So this is pretty much the last parts of it. We can maybe get a few more, but what will we get? 50, maybe a few more, maybe we get up to 53. Get another one, yeah, that's it. And now they're starting to go out, so they go out, and that'll take us up to 56, won't it? I should imagine. So we were 6 short in the end, which I don't think is too bad considering the amount of gear and things we can do to improve her. So I should imagine, in fact I probably will do, as soon as I've got her exclusive artifact, I will probably chuck that on, level that up to 10, and then look at going through and putting some skills on her and chucking her back through there. I think 20 is very doable for my account now. That's a good step forward. She topped out the damage meter as we were expecting, but she went down first as well, and has probably got the better gear on, so it's probably not a completely fair comparison, but she is absolutely awesome at knocking out that damage. Really do like her. happy we got her. So let's go and have a look at her. Where do we want skills to go? Definitely want skills to go into not her basic attack, although it's not too bad. So, you know, Demonic Surge, happy if things go into that. Happy with the extra crit damage, that would be nice. Thorn's Embrace, not really seeing it. Maybe though, maybe. See, that increased damage would work with someone else who's on the other side. Now our A1 limits that down. Instead of being 2 instances of Crimson Blossom next to an ally, it limits it down to 1. So that would then really open it up, I think. I think the second passive is a lot better if you've got the A1 done. That would be my take on it. And we could do with skills into her ultimate as well, because that would be handy. Always handy to get the ultimate maxed out. But we'll see how that goes. The damage increase would be nice, and particularly on like places even like Gear Aid 1, where you've got someone on the opposite end of the tile and someone in front of it, you would have both those places actually getting the buff, which would work out really well. We could do with a bit more on her ultimate. AoE damage upped, damage increase up, more AoE damage, and the skill cost down. I mean, all of those are good. So let's get going and chuck some stuff into her and see what we get. Come on then, let's be lucky. Okay, first passive that, isn't it? Yeah, Demonic Surge, happy with that, extra crit damage, always nice. That's a good start. Let's try and keep it there, or maybe the ultimate would also be good. Yeah, Demonic Surge, always good. Keep going, keep going. And the ultimate, yeah, this is going well, I think. Happy with this so far. Skills could go a lot worse. So let's whiz through this for you. We've done all right on the skills. So that's the skills done. The ultimate's booked up. The crit rate is booked up, and we got a little bit into their basic. Now see, this Awaken 1 would be nice, because this is the bit that reduces it by 1. So you'd only need 1 Cursed Blossom next to someone, and that would be awesome then. The Array 1 I think would work really well. You could get a lot of people queued up with that instead of this 2, where you're going to have to put it in front of a range of fighters. Whereas there, your next mage or archer or marksman on the other side would also work from that as well. So I think that would be absolutely brilliant if you get Array 1 done. However, not so likely. So this is very much the next game day, same day for me, but next game day, and we're just having a quick whistle stop tour straight through the challenge mode. We're only doing it again so we can get enough of the souls to actually go and get her exclusive artifact. Right, now can get the exclusive artifact. We've got about 25, which is about what we got yesterday. She's still smacking the top of the DPS meter, isn't she? Or the damage meter, so that's a win as well. Now let's nip to the shop. We should have enough now. So shop, exclusive artifact, yes, we'll buy that. Again, you don't need any of the major coins. You don't need to hit the big numbers at the top to get the exclusive. You can get the champion and the exclusive without having to do too much damage to the boss or on the challenge mode. Right, let's chuck this on her. So there's the Orb of Ruin. We'll get that on her. We'll level that up and make sure we've got everything good to go. And then we will jump back into Gear Raid 1, where I think we should be able to sort of smash through it. So with our now new improved Dahlia, we're going to whip her straight back into Gear Raid 1, stage 20. Let's go for a first clear. I think we'll be in with a chance now. Now that she's got some, she's actually got some skills, which would be nice. She's got some half decent ones as well, which is nice as well. And then she's got her exclusive artifact on, so we'll now be able to do explosive AoE damage for 300. I'm assuming that one with the purple haze around it is it mutated version of it? Yeah, that doesn't look normal. So I don't know whether that's a 1 or a 2. I suppose that's the only thing, but I don't really mind. Looks like it's doing plenty of damage and plenty of work, so I think she'll be okay here. Let's give this a whirl, see how it pans out, and we'll speed this up so you haven't got to watch the whole thing again. Now, as you can see, we're absolutely smashing through this without any worries whatsoever. I think there's a significant damage increase from getting those done, and certainly with her exclusive artifact on. That is absolutely fantastic. So most of these are going down, and we've hit 36 without any worries whatsoever. It's all clear. The wall's hardly taken any damage. I think we're in a good place and stand a good chance of clearing this. This is it. I mean, the wall's hardly taken any damage. She's got the blossoms already down there ready to go. I think we're in a really good place for this. This is just gonna, I'll be surprised if we don't do this. I think we're looking remarkably good, although the only thing is when we get down to the boss, maybe I should have brought someone to do a bit more single target damage. I am going to be lacking that, so the boss part of this may take a while, but the ads themselves are going down, and we're just sort of timing off her ultimate with Dolores as well, and hopefully trying to get Morrigan and Greed in at the same time. There's her automatics, so it's a bit of a mishmash there, but if they're coming round, sort of time it there. But as long as we get Lasso off to sort of do the heal reduction or the anti-heal, then I don't see any reason why we're not doing it. So where's the wall? The wall's still at over 50%, and now they're starting to die. Once you see them start to die, the rest should sort of follow because of that AoE damage. So we are now, approaching 50% on the wall, I'd say, and we've got, 48, 49 of them done. So we've got 10 more to go until it's completely clear. Now, I don't see any problems with this. I don't. This is all good. This is as good as it's getting. This is my first time clear through. Gear Raid 1, Stage 20, first time through, second effort, I suppose, because last time was my first effort through. Plenty of debuffs on the boss. I mean, he's poisoned up as well. This, he's taking continuous damage, defense down, slowed. Yeah. With a single target damage dealer, you would speed this up no end and get rid of Lasso and then put some single target on there as well, as opposed to, who did I bring? I brought Mary and I with me as spare mobs, but they're not needed at all. Right, anyway, so we are just down on the boss now, and the boss has got 25% left to go, so he's 75% of the boss is done. He's doing worse than the wall, and he couldn't take the wall down with all his men either. So this is a good clear, and a lot of this is thanks to Dahlia, an absolutely fantastic champion. If you pulled her, congratulations, well done. I hope you're enjoying her as much as I am. That's a nice clear. I don't think the team's strong enough to do 21 yet, but I think a bit more gear on everyone and we will soon motor that up through, and 21 will be clear as well. It doesn't look such a bad thing, although it's annoying that you still need a sort of anti-heal to go through and do this. Yeah, she's smashing the damage. Her gear is probably better than the others as well, so that will be part of it. But that's her done. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you like her, and I hope she's doing as much work for you on your account as she is on mine. I imagine if you've got her in your early game, then you're now flying through a lot of content. I should imagine she'd carry you through quite a bit. Thank you very much for your time. That's me done. Leave a thumbs up, like and subscribe if you've got this far, or any comments below if you'd like to see me do anything else in the future. It'd be much appreciated, and I'll see you all in a video again soon, and happy gaming.